following is a feature presentation of SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. The last time these two teams met, it was 9 months ago when the Kansas City Chiefs became Super Bowl champions over the Philadelphia Eagles. And now, the Eagles want revenge. But the Chiefs say, you want revenge? Come and take it. Here in our home stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, it's at GHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. And we are SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network, welcoming you to our Week 11 Game of the Week here on SVGN. I'm your host, Joe, and as I said earlier, these two teams met in Super Bowl 57. This is probably the most hyped game of the season. It was going to be, regardless of how well these two teams did against each other. Matter of fact, this is only the 9th Super Bowl rematch to come into the next season that has happened in NFL history. The last time this happened, you don't have to look too far, was actually 2017, where the Patriots took on the Falcons, which the Patriots won both of the actual Super Bowl that year and the Falcons rematch game, which was actually a team the Eagles are all too familiar with. But over the course of history, the Super Bowl loser of the previous year doesn't usually get revenge on the winner. In fact, only 2 teams have ever managed to get revenge against the team that beat them in the Super Bowl the year prior. The first was the Minnesota Vikings down in Super Bowl IV's rematch in 1970. And the other, the Buffalo Bills, getting revenge against the Dallas Cowboys for Super Bowl XXVII back in 1994. But the Eagles are hoping to defy the odds and be the third team to accomplish that. But after that Super Bowl between these two teams, they have been heading in completely opposite directions. The Chiefs are now 6-2, and while the Chargers have been giving them a fight for the AFC West, they are still the team in front. Meanwhile, the Eagles are in 3-5. They're currently on the outside looking in for the playoffs, and worst of all, the Dallas Cowboys have all but been running away with this division. And yeah, sure, the Cowboys lost last week to the Giants. I'm sure the Eagles got some schadenfreude from that. But they want to get that actual division themselves. And unfortunately, that is going to be something they're going to be struggling with if they don't get on track soon. And some big news also for the Philadelphia Eagles. Marcus Mariota will not be starting because Jalen Hurts is coming back from injury. DeAndre Swift and Patrick Mahomes, both on the injury list still for both of these teams. But they're hoping they can right the ship here against the Chiefs. Let's take a look at those standings, actually. In the AFC West, the Chiefs, like I said, 6-2. They're currently holding off the Chargers, who they are currently 2 games ahead of for the AFC West crown. And the Broncos and Raiders, hate to say it, they're at the moment non-factors for that race. Meanwhile, in the actual AFC playoff standings, the Chiefs would actually get the number 2 seed at the moment. Meanwhile, with the Eagles in the NFC East, they're currently a half game behind the Commanders, who currently have 2nd place, and the Commanders themselves are about 2.5 games behind the Dallas Cowboys, who currently have the lead for that conference. Who currently have the lead for that division. So that means the Eagles are 3 games behind Dallas. And in the actual NFC playoff standings, they're currently, if this were to be expanded out, they would essentially be the 10th seed. Not that such a thing is even possible in the NFL playoff standings as of this moment. But that just goes to show you how far they are on the outside looking in. The current team in that 6th spot is actually the Atlanta Falcons, who the Eagles are 2.5 games behind at the moment for the NFC playoff positions. But we'll see how things change over the next few weeks. We have 8 games to go in the regular season for everybody. Well, not for everybody. Some teams only have 7. Others are pretty good where they are. But we'll see how things are by the end of the season. For now, we're going to take you down to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium for the start of our game. And here we are, once again at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. The Eagles call tails, it is heads, so the Chiefs Gonna start with the ball. And it will be Jake Elliott to kick it off. Richie James back to return. The Chiefs have lost their 2 games of the week here on SVGN that they've had. Eagles hoping that they get that advantage here. James going to take this from about a yard back in his own end zone. And he's going to take this one up to about the 26. Let's take a look at that starting offense for the Kansas City Chiefs. Like we said, Patrick Mahomes is currently injured, so that means Blaine Gabbert is starting under center, but he still has all of Patrick Mahomes' weapons at his disposal, including Isaiah Pacheco at running back, the wide receivers Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, and Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and tight end Travis Kelce, who is brother to Eagles center Jason Kelce. Travis is lining up on the line alongside his own offensive line of Creed Humphrey, Joe Thuney, Trey Smith, Donovan Smith, and Jawan Taylor. Andy Reid, the former Eagles head coach, is the head coach for the Chiefs. And Matt Nagy, who was beaten by the Eagles when he coached the Bears back in 2017, when the Eagles were on their way to their Super Bowl victory. He is the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. 1st and 10 for Kansas City. Man in motion. Gabbert going to hand it off to Pacheco. Pacheco not going to get close to a first down. Let's take a look at that Philadelphia Eagles starting defense. Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, and rookie Jalen Carter lining up on the defensive line. Hassan Reddick, Avonte Maddox, Nakobe Dean, and Josh Sweat are the linebackers. At the corners, the Eagles have Darius Slay and James Bradbury. And in the backfield, they have Reed Blankenship and Terrell Edmonds at safeties. Sean Desai is the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, and the special teams coordinator for Philadelphia is Michael Clay. 2nd and 5 for Kansas City. Gabbert in shotgun formation, but he's running out of time, but he throws it for Isaiah Pacheco in time. Gets it off for a yard gain. 3rd and 4. Gabbert in shotgun formation. Offensive line gives him enough to throw for Kelce, and Kelce's got the first down and more, and he's going to break a tackle or two. He fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by Jalen Carter of the Eagles, and Philadelphia is going to take it back the other way with their first possession of the game. 1st and 10. Hurts going to hand it off to Gainwell. He's going to get stuffed. And let's take a look at that starting offense for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts back from injury. He lines up under center at quarterback. His running back, though, is not DeAndre Swift. It's Kenneth Gainwell. Swift, we don't know how long he's going to be hurt for, but he will not be in this game. At wide receiver, the Eagles have Quez Watkins, A.J. Brown, and Devonta Smith. And at tight end, they have Dallas Goedert, who lines up on the line alongside Jason Kelce, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Jordan Mailata, and Lane Johnson. Nick Sirianni is the head coach of the Eagles, and the offensive coordinator is Brian Johnson. 2nd and 13 for Philadelphia. Hurts going to hand off to Gainwell yet again, but he's stuffed behind the line. The way it works in Tecmo, offense picks a play, defense picks the same one. They basically get a loss of yardage here. Hurts going to play action, throw to his left for A.J. Brown, who's got the touchdown for the Eagles. And Philadelphia gets on the board first off a touchdown pass from Hurts to Brown. What a connection these two have had since the Titans traded Brown to Philadelphia last year. And it's 7-0. James going to make the kick return for Kansas City from about the 5-yard line. And he's going to get to about the 17. Man in motion for Kansas City. Gabbert going to hand it off to Isaiah Pacheco. Pacheco not going to get too far. 2nd and 8. Man in motion yet again. Gabbert going to toss for Isaiah Pacheco. Pacheco going to get not too much farther. 3rd and 7. Shotgun formation for Kansas City. Gabbert waiting patiently. Throws over the middle for Kelce. He's got the first down this time. And he holds on to the ball this time. 1st and 10 for Kansas City. Gabbert waiting patiently. Throws for Kelce. He's to his left. And he's got the first down and more into Philadelphia territory for the Kansas City Chiefs. 1st and 10 for Kansas City in Philadelphia territory. Gabbert, many of time, throw is for Sky Moore. It's picked off! It is James Bradbury with the interception, and he's going to drag the defenders, and he's going to keep going. Can he? Could he? Will he? No, he's going to get stopped at about the 24. What a great play by the Eagles defense there. Hurts going to throw for Devontae Smith, who's got the touchdown. It's 14-0 Eagles. But don't count Kansas City out yet. It's still early on. Elliott's kick on the way, and it is good. 14-0. Eagles still have the lead. And Richie James back to return. And he's going to take it from about a yard deep in his own end zone. James is going to get to the 15 and get to about the 17 before he's finally taken down. 1st and 10 for Kansas City. Gabbert going to hand it off to Pacheco. And Pacheco going to get taken down to about the 18-ish. 23-ish. 2nd and 4. Toss for Pacheco. And Pacheco going to get the first down and more. He's taken down about the 32. 1st and 10 for Kansas City. Gabbert in shotgun formation. Plenty of time. Going to run forward with it. He's taken out from behind by Hassan Reddick. So it's 2nd and 12. Gabbert in shotgun. Plenty of time. Throws over the middle for Kelsey. Kelsey's got the first down, and then, well, not much more. 1st and 10 on the 43 for the Chiefs. Gabbert going into play action. Oh, there's right defense expecting it. Darius Slay gets credited for the sack. 2nd and 20. Gabbert going to hand it off to Isaiah Pacheco. They're going to run with this ball. Isaiah, he's got the first down and more, and he's taken down at about the 38 and a half. 1st and 10, Gabbert in shotgun formation. Gabbert throws over the middle for Kelsey. Kelsey has got the first down. He's going to try for even more. He's in the red zone. Drags the defenders into a 1st and goal situation on the 10. Gabbert going to toss for Pacheco. Pacheco, he is going to score. No, he is short by a yard. 2nd and goal on the 1. Actually, on that 1/2. Pacheco going to get taken down in the backfield. 3rd and goal on the 6. Gabbert going to hand it off to Pacheco. And Pacheco's got the first down to end the 1st quarter for the Chiefs. Stopping the bleeding. Going to make it 14-7 if Harrison Butker's kick is true. And Butker kick on the way. And it's good. And we are at a 1-score game as we go into the 2nd quarter here in Kansas City. And Scott going to take this one from about the 7. Josiah Scott, he's got to about the 27. And let's finally get a chance to take a look at that Kansas City defense. Charles Omenihu, Derek Nanati, and Chris Jones are the defensive linemen. Lining up at linebacker are Nick Bolton, Jalen Watson, Willie Gay, and George Karloftis. Trent McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed are the corners. And Brian Cook and Justin Reed are the safeties. Steve Spagnuolo is the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs. And their special teams coordinator is Dave Tood. 1st and 10 for the Eagles on their own 27. Hurts going to run with it himself, and he's going to break a tackle or two, and he's going to get the first down at about the 43. 1st and 10. Hurts going to hand it off to Gainwell, who doesn't get very far. 2nd and 12. Defense expecting him. Man in motion. Hurts going to hand off to Gainwell. Gainwell's got some room to run and then some. He's got the first down and more. He's taken down at the 35. 1st and 10, Philadelphia in Kansas City territory. Hurts dropping back. Plenty of time. He waits and throws. It's deflected, though. Didn't have nearly as much time as he would have liked. 2nd and 10. Hurts dropping back. Offensive line holding for him. This one's a throw to his left. And it's A.J. Brown in the end zone, but he can't get the ball. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. Hurts going to hand it off to Gainwell, dodging and weaving, and he is going to be just shy, they're going to say. 4th and 1. So the Eagles will go with the field goal. Jake Elliott going to take this one from a 44-yard attempt, it would seem. And it's good. So the Eagles lead by 10. And Richie James going to return this one from about 2 yards deep in his own end zone. Nice boot there by Elliott. So it's 1st and 10 on the 9 for the Chiefs. Gabbard going to hand this one off to Pacheco, and Pacheco going to get taken down after a gain of 3. 2nd and 7, Gabbard. Play action, rolling to his right. Throws over for the middle for Travis Kelce, and Kelce's got the first down and more as he gets to about the 34. 1st and 10. Gabbard in shotgun formation. Plenty of time. Waiting, throws to his right for Kadarius Toney, who's got the first down and gets into Philadelphia territory before getting taken down at the 42. 1st and 10. Gabbard gonna hand this one off to Pacheco. Pacheco gonna get to the line of scrimmage, but that's where he'll stop. 2nd and 10. Gabbard gonna hand it off to Pacheco yet again. And Pacheco, he's gonna get taken down about the 33.5. 3rd and 2. Pacheco's gonna get the handoff yet again. He's got the first down this time. Juking around as much as he can. And he gets taken down from behind at the 19. They tripped him up by the legs. 1st and 10. Gabbard gonna run forward with himself. He gets taken down from behind by Hassan Reddick for the sack of 2 yards. They are now out of the red zone. Gabbard in shotgun formation on 2nd and 12. Offensive line holding. Gabbard waiting, throwing for MVS in the end zone. Incomplete. 3rd and 12. Man in motion for Kansas City. Gabbard in the play action. Roll to his right. Looking. No, he's going to run with it himself. He's got the first down. Can he get the score? No. He gets taken down at the 3-yard line for a 1st and goal. Gabbard going to toss for Pacheco. He gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 6. 2nd and goal. Gabbard in shotgun formation. Gonna run forward with it himself. No, he's looking for Kelce, and Kelce's got the score with less than 2 minutes to go. Touchdown, Kansas City. This is gonna be a 1-score game. Harrison Butker goes for the extra point kick on the way, and it is good. So it's a 3-point game. And Butker gonna kick it off. Josiah Scott back to return. Scott gonna take this from about the 4.5. He gets to the 15, and he's stopped at the 20. 1st and 10. Philadelphia. 1:29 to go in the half. Hurts looking to his left for Quez Watkins. Watkins into Kansas City territory as he's taken down at the 40.5. They're going to say he's on the 41. 1st and 10. Hurts going to toss it for Gainwell, and Gainwell going to get stopped. And Kenneth Gainwell is now hurt. So that means they have to go with their 3rd-string running back now. And that would be Rashad Penny, who comes in at running back for the Eagles with 54 seconds to go in the half. 2nd and 7. Hurts dropping back. Defense breaks through, but he gets it off in time for Quez Watkins. Not enough for a 1st down. It's 3rd and 1 as the Eagles call their 2nd time out. Hurts in shotgun formation. Gonna run with it himself. He's got the first down and more. He gets to the 26. 28 seconds to go. Eagles call their final timeout of the half. Man in motion for Philadelphia. Hurts gonna hand it off to Penny. And Penny going to take this one to the 17, it would seem. And 6 seconds to go. They're just gonna rely on Jake Elliott's leg. This will be a 36-yard attempt, and it is through, so the Eagles take a 6-point lead. Time for one more play. It'll be the kick return by Richie James. And James going to take this one from about the 2 and all the way to about the 13. So the Eagles will go into halftime up by 6. It's 20-14. And Philadelphia will get the ball back after halftime has ended to start the 3rd quarter. Next week, it's a special week for us in the Tecmo NFL season. A doubleheader here on Thanksgiving. First, we start in the NFC North, a battle for that crown, as Jordan Love and the Packers visit Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions. Then, it's an NFC East rivalry down in Texas, as Sam Howell and the Washington Commanders visit Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And that's a doubleheader coming up here next week for Week 12. Our games of the week here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. Josiah Scott back to return this one. He will take it from about a yard back in his own end zone for Philadelphia. And they're going to try and add on to the scoring they did at the end of the half there, as they get to about the 15-ish. Burt's going to hand it off to Rashad Penny, and Penny going to get the first down and more. He's tripped up by his shoelaces at about the 29. Maybe the 30. First and 10. Hurts going to hand it off to Penny yet again, and Rashad Penny doesn't get too far. Into about 6. Second and 4. Hurts going to hand off to Penny, who's taken out behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. Defense breaking through, expecting that one. Penny going to try and run with this one. Going to get to the line of scrimmage, so the Eagles will be forced to punt on this 4th and 7. It is Aaron Sipas who will be punting, and Richie James going to take this one from about the 19-yard line, and it's going to get taken out about the 26. First and 10, the Chiefs' first possession here in the second half. Man in motion for Kansas City. Gabbert going to toss to Pacheco, who gets tripped up behind the line. Second and 15. Shotgun formation for Gabbert and the Chiefs. Throw is to his left. And it was Travis Kelce who dove for that one. Unfortunately, it's incomplete. Third and long for Kansas City. Gabbert play action, rolling to his right. He throws for Sky Moore, and Moore is going to be just shy of the first down marker. So Kansas City going to be forced to punt. Tommy Townsend punts it off. It'll be Olamide Zacchaeus back to return the punt from about the 7-yard line. And he's going to get taken down at the 16. First and 10 for Philadelphia. Man in motion. Hurts going to play action, roll to his left. Defense tries to get to him and stop him. A.J. Brown, can he make the score? No, but he's going to get to the 34 of the Chiefs. That's good field position for the Eagles. First and 10. Hurts gets it off just in time for Devontae Smith, who's wide open. Touchdown, Eagles. And that will make this one a 13-point game if Jake Elliott can kick the extra point through. Elliott, kick on the way. It's up, and it's good. So the Eagles have a 27-14 lead. Richard James back to return for Kansas City. He's going to take it from about 2 yards back in his own end zone. We saw a comeback here last week with the Bengals coming back against the Texans. Kansas City could do just as well. First and 10 for Kansas City. Man in motion. Gabbert going to play action, roll to his right. Throws for Marquez Valdes-Scantling, incomplete. Not able to hold on. Second and 10. Gabbert going to play action, roll to his right yet again. This time throws for MVS yet again, and it's intercepted by Darius Slay in Kansas City territory. Sets up real good field position for the Eagles. First and 10. Hurts dropping back all sorts of time thanks to his offensive line. Throws over the middle, incomplete. Look back, that was for Rashad Penny. Second and 10. Hurts in shotgun formation. Man breaks through, and the defense going to take him down. Willie Gay gets the sack for a loss of 3. Third and 13. Hurts has plenty, doesn't have much time, has to get it off. Throws it out of bounds. It's incomplete. So 4th and 13, they're going to trust Jake Elliott's leg, but this would be a 59-yarder. Elliott's kick on the way, and it's good! Jake Elliott gets the field goal to make it a 16-point lead for the Eagles. That's a 3-score lead. Richie James going to take this one from the 5. And he's going to get to about the 21. 1st and 10 with less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Man in motion. Gabbert going to hand this one off to Pacheco, and Pacheco going to get stopped very shortly. 2nd and 8. Man in motion for Gabbert. Gonna play action, roll to his right. Who's he looking for? It's Kadarius Toney deep in the Eagles' territory, and no one's anywhere even close to him unless someone catches up, and they do. So it's 1st and 10 on the 11, they'll say, with less than a minute to go in the quarter. Gabbert in shotgun formation, gonna run forward. Throws for Kelsey, and he's got it! Touchdown, Kansas City! And the Chiefs gonna mitigate the damage here with a touchdown to Travis. The Chiefs, Kelsey, helps to make this one a 9-point game. Thanks to Harrison Butker's extra point as well. 30-21 is where we are. And Josiah Scott going to take this one from the goal line. And he's going to take it to about the 15. 18 seconds to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10, Philadelphia. Birds dropping back. Offensive line giving him support. Throws to his left, and that's A.J. Brown who dives for it. It's incomplete as we go into the fourth quarter. Eagles with the 9-point lead. 2nd and 10. Hurts in shotgun formation. Gonna run with it himself, and Hurts gonna get to the line of scrimmage, but that's where he stops. 3rd and 10. Hurts in shotgun formation. Gonna try and run forward with it, and he is going to get the first down and more. He's gonna get to the 40. So great running room there by Hurts, thanks to that offensive line for him. Hurts going to hand this off to Rashad Penny on a 1st and 10. Penny gonna get the first down at midfield. Might barely be considered in Kansas City territory. 1st and 10. Hurts dropping back. Offensive line holding for him. Gets it off in time to his right for Devontae Smith, who dives for it, and he will score! Touchdown, Eagles! Devontae Smith gonna bring this back to a 3-score game and a 16-point lead. Jake Elliott can kick the extra point, and it is a good extra point. 37-21. Richie James back to return for Kansas City. We'll take this one from about the 8-yard line and get taken out at about the 19. 1st and 10. Man in motion for Kansas City. Gabbert going to toss for Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco going to run alongside the right side. Breaks 2 tackles. 3rd one's the charm. Did he get the first down? Yes, he did. They measured it. It's exactly 10 yards. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Gabbert in shotgun formation. Dropping back. Waiting patiently. Throwing to his right for Kadarius Toney, who's got the first down and more. Maybe a little bit more. 1st and 10. And Gabbert in shotgun formation. Ball on their own 44. Chiefs throws it out of bounds. Incomplete. The only one that was really in the area there was Travis Kelsey. Gabbert going to toss for Pacheco. Pacheco going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That could have been risky there. Shotgun formation, 3rd and 10 for Kansas City. Gabbert, all sorts of time. Throws to his left, and it's intercepted yet again. James Bradbury gets the pick for the Eagles. They might have sealed this game away. Hurts going to hand this off to Rashad Penny. And Penny going to get to about the 43. 2nd and 6. Hurts in shotgun formation. Going to run with it himself. No one anywhere even close to him to get the first down. And he will get into Kansas City territory at about the 44. 1st and 10. Hurts going to drop back. Going to run forward with it and throws to his right forward to look like for Devontae Smith, who had to leap up to get it. Not able to. 2nd and 10. Shotgun formation for Hurts. Hurts all sorts of time, runs forward with it, and that will be considered a sack by Chris Jones. 3:31 to go, 3rd and 14. Hurts in shotgun formation. Defense breaks through, but he's able to get it off in time for Devontae Smith. Smith's got a man or two to beat for the score, and he's going to get down at the 4, or at the 5 actually. 1st and goal. And Hurts going to hand it off to Penny. Penny going to get taken down back 4 yards. Chiefs going to call their first timeout with less than 3 minutes to go. Hurts in shotgun formation. All sorts of time. Throws over the middle for Goddard. Dallas Goddard with the touchdown. And this game is all but over. Looking at the Chiefs' upcoming schedule, they got some tough games for the next 3 games they have. They go to Vegas, then head to Green Bay before hosting Buffalo. Meanwhile, Philly, they get Buffalo next week, then San Francisco before heading to Dallas. And Richie James is going to take this one to about the 23, 1st and 10. And he tossed for Isaiah Pacheco, and he's going to get the first down, and that's about where they'll stop him. 2 minutes to go, and the Chiefs call a timeout. Shotgun formation for Gabbert. Gotta give credit to this Chiefs defense, to this Chiefs offense. They were trying all day today. Throw over to his left for Travis Kelce. He's got the first down and tries to fight for some extra yardage. And the Chiefs going to call their final timeout with 1:39 to go. A 23-point lead. And Marquez Valdes-Scantling dives for this one. It's picked off yet again by James Bradbury. Yeah, if there was any hope the Chiefs fans had now, it is all but gone for today. So the Chiefs now go to 0-3 here on SVGN games. I apologize for that, Chiefs fans. I have nothing to do with that, as A.J. Brown gets an impressive-looking touchdown here just to tack it on. The Eagles going to get revenge for the Super Bowl 57 loss here. And Jake Elliott's kick on the way. It is good. And the Eagles get a 30-point lead. Less than a minute to go. Kansas City just playing for any sort of pride at this point, as James going to take this back from 1 yard in his own end zone. Going to get to the 22-yard line, maybe. 16 seconds to go. Gabbert in shotgun formation. And Gabbert going to try and run forward with it, and he will succeed. Going to get the first down, but it does not matter. The Philadelphia Eagles come away with a decisive victory over the Kansas City Chiefs, 51-21. So taking a look at the updated standings, the Chiefs, with that loss, they are now at 6-3. The Chargers still right behind them at 4-4. So Kansas City needs all the help they can get to try and continue. They need Patrick Mahomes back sooner rather than later. They dropped to 3rd place in the AFC in the overall seeding here, which means that the Bengals would get the first round bye if the season were to end today. Meanwhile, the Eagles still in 3rd place at 4-5 as far as the NFC East is concerned, and they're still the team on the outside looking in, as the Eagles going to come away with a very decisive victory here. But there's still questions to remained for the rest of the season. Can the Eagles try to make a push for the playoffs? Can the Chiefs get Patrick Mahomes back and try to get back to another win and keep up their dominant success? And most importantly, can Kansas City actually win here on our SVGN Games of the Week? That will have to be decided. But as a reminder, next week on Thanksgiving, a doubleheader. The Packers and Lions will be early on Thanksgiving, and late on Thanksgiving, we will see the Commanders taking on the Cowboys. But, of course, later on this week, make sure to tune in for our Tecmo Rewind for Week 11. And, of course, later on in the week after the doubleheaders, make sure to tune in for Tecmo Rewind for Week 12. For all of us here at SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network, I'm your host, Joe, saying good night, everybody.